Tell me what to say.
Hello and welcome to another exciting new episode of Serious Nibbage with B.R.E. And
gourmet pens, my hair. Gourmet pens!
My hair, my hair.
Okay.
Today we'll have a look at... something went wrong.
It's really weird.
It happened. At this pen that was sent to us by...
Gold Spot.
Gold Spot.
And, this is very exciting.
Can you open it?
Yeah, I just really like the box. Okay. This is the Faber-Castell Ambition OpArt in the Aqua finish. So it's, okay, you'll see. So thank you to Gold Spot for sending this over. It was actually sent for review. We were not requested to do any of this, but we're doing it because it's exciting and that stuff. Okay. The packaging is very, I think, very pretty and very elegant. The pen is, I have it written here, $100, and I think for that, this is a pretty, it's a pretty sexy packaging, you know? I mean, it's got this very clean box with the silver writing, and then this little, like, leather tab you pull on. It's like, you know? You know what I mean? Anyway, I can't get the box back.
Moving on. I'll do the box. You just go into and continue.
Anyway, the box is really nice. The pen I was really excited about because this is the pen, and I think the color is just really pretty. It's really cute. I really like the finish, like the design on it. No, don't focus on me. Focus on the pen. Yeah. So my first impressions were very positive. I was really excited about it, and I like Faber-Castell in general, so I was looking forward to this. So those are my first impressions. What were your first impressions? Sorry.
My first impressions were interesting color. You don't see that many pens in this bright turquoise, I think. So
well,
that's
especially
nice.
Not at this price, I think.
Yeah.
There tends to be more like a cutesy,
exactly.
lower price pen thing.
Also, you know, the OpArt is well chosen, very interesting texture. Not just texture, but also visually interesting
it's not
texture.
Sharp.
No,
But it's
no,
like
it's
a
actually quite
guilloche
soft.
with like darker aqua with a light aqua surrounding.
So it looks neat.
Yeah.
Now, what makes it special?
Well, I think that's what makes it special is that
the
finish.
OpArt finish.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
also comes in
Yeah.
a like a sandy color, which I think is a little more reserved, which is not a bad thing. But I mean, if you're not looking for something like this, that's a nice option as well.
Yeah.
So.
What was your writing experience like?
Well, it's a medium steel nib, and as far as the nib goes, it was very positive. I've never really had issues with Faber-Castell nibs. It's an interesting nib. It doesn't really, I mean, it doesn't have a what's it called? A breather hole, but it has these little like flecks all over it. But those aren't breather holes. It's just kind of a design thing. But
A little hard to show, but
yeah, my website is a close-up of the nib, so you could always check that out. It writes really well. It didn't skip. It didn't hard start. I have no issues with the nib itself. People have asked me, and I didn't really respond yet because I figured I would cover it in this. There's really no grip. I mean, there is this little section here, but I mean, that's not really... I mean, I'm assuming you're not supposed to hold it like this. So more so you're supposed to hold it here. And I tend to hold my pens very low. So for me, my only issue was that I ended up actually gripping right on this ridge, which is a little bit sharp. I'm not as proficient as the focusing as you are. Yeah, like so right on here. But as far as the nib goes, there was no issues. And what was I talking about writing experience? Yes, sorry. Ugh. I'm hungry. Okay, I'm hungry. My brain is shutting down. But other than that, I adjusted to this. So I tried posting it, and for me, it's a little heavy because although the cap is quite small, it's quite a short cap, as you can see. It's pretty heavy. So that didn't really work for me to post it. But what I ended up doing was just holding it just on the edge, and that actually worked out quite well. And once I did that, it worked out and my writing experience was fine. So for me, comfort wise, it was not like love at first touch, but the nib was great. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, for you, it's easier, right? Because you can post, and then you can hold it the way it's really intended to be held.
Well, let me talk about that. I think
He thinks I'm a maniac.
I think the nib is definitely interesting. This is nowhere as smooth as the broad nibs
Yes,
of this
true.
type.
This is
that
a
I've
medium, in
used.
case I didn't say that.
I think you did say that. I've used this type of broad nib on the Emotion, the Basic, the Loom, all broads, and I thought those were a lot smoother than this medium. This is by no means a bad medium, but compared to the excessive, wonderful smoothness of those nibs,
Yeah.
this is a whole different ballgame. The section is ridiculous. I mean, you have this short, stubby thing which you cannot really hold. That is not unique. For example, you have especially the old model Italics Churchman's Prescriptor, which doesn't really have a section you can hold. You're supposed to hold the barrel and post the pen. But the problem is the pen is fairly light. The cap is all metal. So when you do post this becomes very top heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're supposed to hold it by the barrel, yes, you will catch some of that weight on your hand, but even so, as I'm holding it now, I find it really pretty top heavy, and that section you can't really hold. And to top it all off, you have this barrel which has an enormous step down, which is
Yeah.
also razor sharp.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what Faber-Castell was thinking there. Having said that, the nib itself writes well.
Yeah.
It gives a very pleasant writing experience, maybe not to the excessive write on glass smoothness that I've experienced in some of the other
Of course,
nibs.
not everybody likes that, right?
No, exactly. But it's definitely a very nice and smooth nib.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I think, I'm not too sure about this no section deal.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
It looks cool when it's posted and capped because it's all very flush, and I guess
Yeah.
that's why they made the barrel thick.
Yeah, exactly. And
But I think what they should have done was made a smooth, like a tapering thing here
Yeah.
towards the end of the nib here, or
I agree.
towards the end, and then have the cap like slide on or something. I don't know.
I think that's if I'm going on to what I love and hate about it, I think that's what I hate about it.
Yeah.
Now, what I love about it, you do get a nib that writes nice and very smoothly, and again, this texture, both in a tactile sense as well as in a visual sense, is very appealing. The color is nice, the texture is nice, the clip nice and spring-loaded, so you have a lot of cool features on it, and that I
Well,
really love.
Yeah, I definitely agree about the barrel because with a lot of colored pens, you do get a color, but they tend to just be like plain plastic, or, I mean, maybe it's anodized, but it's just one color unless you're lucky to get knurling somewhere. But I mean, this is nice because it's got this texture to it. So the design is that it's darker at the line. Thank you. It's darker in the lines and then lighter around it, which I think is pretty. So that is really nice. Yeah, the clip is great. It's nice and springy. The nib is smooth, but the section is a bit iffy. And the other thing I dislike is that the cap, although in general I appreciate that, it takes a good pull, so that's not a big deal. But if you actually like are not really paying attention to what you're doing and you kind of twist it a little and pull, then you've actually unscrewed the section a bit. So then you have to tighten it, but it's so tiny. I mean, for me, I can manage to get my fingers on there, but for him, he ends up touching me.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost impossible for me to hold this section, you see that, and not get ink all over my fingers.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And it's very easy to unscrew this. So I mean, it's quite. I mean, I don't think it's. I mean, in the pen pouch and stuff, when I was carrying it around, it didn't unscrew on its own. But like I said, if you twist this a little as you're uncapping it, you've unscrewed it. So, and then you have to screw it back in, otherwise it's unthreaded. So, I mean, it's very pretty, but I think a lot of attention to detail was missed in this regard. So,
Would you buy it?
well, at $100, I would rather spend a bit more and get the Emotion.
Yeah.
Because although I really, really love this color, there's just too many issues with it. Like this section unscrewing and trying to find a comfortable position and stuff. The nib is great. I mean, the nib performs really well, and that I'm happy about. The other thing that I forgot to mention was that it does not come with a converter, and I think at $100 it should. So...
I agree.
And especially because it can take a converter. It's not like a mini pen where it can only take cartridges or something, right? So...
you don't even have to spend that much more. You can even get a Faber-Castell Basic, also a relatively sleek pen.
Wow, but those are very
with a good
heavy
nib.
too.
Yeah, they are. But I mean, they are similarly shaped, I think. Any case, roughly
Anyway,
speaking.
would you buy it?
No.
No. Okay.
I would not buy it for the same reasons that
Yeah.
you've mentioned.
Yeah.
Now, is it, or is it not, serious Nibbage?
Okay. Snibometer. Not serious. Serious. Got these ticks and stuff. There's no numbers because serious Nibbage is not an exact science. We are sorry we have not put numbers, but we just can't put numbers. I'm sorry. Just sorry. So, for me, I love how this pen looks, and I mean, it's just sitting here right in front of me, and I'm like, damn, that is beautiful, because the Aqua is just so pretty. I love it, but, oh, the converter is a Faber-Castell proprietary converter. It's, other converters fit, but they don't fit inside the barrel, so you have to buy their converter, so it's annoying that it doesn't come with a converter. Sorry. So for me, I'm only going to put it about there. Because I think it writes. If it didn't write, it'd be like right here, right? It writes really well. The nib works. It didn't need tweaking. It didn't need tuning. Nothing's wrong with it there. It's really pretty. I mean, it's not like there's like blobs of glue. There's no chips on it or anything. It's in good condition. It's just that there's just stuff that I'm like, what? You know, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would probably... I would put it about here because of the thinness and
Yeah.
that weird section really puts me off.
Yeah.
So it's a neat idea.
Yeah.
The nib definitely performs. So in that regard, I mean, writing wise, I would say it's about there for sure.
At least,
But
yeah.
the whole package doesn't work for me. Now, what else could you get at $100? Well, quite a lot. You can buy 5 AHABs.
Visconti Classic, a Nippon set.
Yeah.
You can get the basic or the loom of Faber-Castell, or
Easily, or
close
two
to the
even.
emotion. You can get the Monteverde.
Get a bunch of
Primas.
Parkers, Watermans, some Monteverdes probably. I mean, there's a bunch of options.
Yeah,
This price.
$100 is a pretty decent point.
And it's
where you're-
nothing spectacular as to filling system or anything, so there's a lot of comparable stuff on the market that will write about the same way and fills the same fashion.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I
Alright.
think for this, it's really about the color and the design. Like, if you really like this barrel and the color of it, this is the pen you're going to want, because there's really nothing else like this. But,
We thank Gold Spot for sending us this pen.
yeah. And the exciting thing is, I know some of you have said that this pen is on your wish list, so I may have just broken your heart, and if I did, I'm sorry. But we are going to give this pen away anyway. So that is assuming, you know, someone out there actually wants it now. I don't know. But it is pretty. I mean, it's pretty. You can't argue with that. And who doesn't want a free pen? So you could head over to the post on my website for this Serious Nibbage entry. I will include the link in the description to go there. And then just leave a comment. And let me know if you have ever signed up for or if you have signed up for Gold Spot's weekly dip. You should. Now, I don't get, like, there's no, like, commission or anything, but it's basically, there's a super deal on an item. It could be a pen or an ink or something, and there's a really low price on it. And it varies on what it is, so sometimes it's an ink, a pen, or, like, ballpoint even sometimes for the ballpoint users. But just check it out. And let me know if you have done that, and you don't have to, you're not required to, but, you know, that's cool if you do, because that's nice.
72 hours after this video is made public, we will randomly draw a winner. The winner will be informed
From the comments.
on Aziza's website. Will be a reply to that comment. The person will be contacted. That means that if you are not contacted, you did not win.
Sorry. That's all.
The winner takes it all.
It's pretty easy to enter, and we appreciate you watching, because your support, you know, lets us review stuff and then give it to you. So, I don't know, that's kind of nice. right?
Yes, it is. And we appreciate it. We
Yeah.
hope this was useful,
Yes, useful.
and we'll gladly see you later.
Okay.
Bye!
Bye.